Hey, how's it going? Welcome to TwoSet Draw Our Lives.
Wow, can you guys read it?
Looks like a sailing ship. Lamau. We're a music channel. Why are we doing mainstream YouTube type of videos? Well, we said if we hit 100k in a certain video likes, that we would have to do a Draw Our Lives, and you guys actually did 100k.
So here it is.
Whoa.
Please forgive our drawing.
Where do we start?
So we were born.
Well, you're born first, so you have to start first. I get 1 year break.
Okay, gonna go for a whole year. So one day I was born.
Dude, why are you like frowning when you're born?
Because I didn't get an instrument yet.
Because when you're born, you already realized you were not leaning.
My mom was like, "Wow, little kid." And then mom and dad are like, "You know what? Here's a thing called the violin."
That violin got some mad booty.
Yeah, and here's a bow. Then all of a sudden, I became happy.
You were how old when this happened?
5 years old.
Well,
now.
for me, apparently when I was a little baby, I would cry all night. So my mum was like so sick and tired of me. But then when it's daytime, I would sleep. So I've always been nocturnal. And then when I was 5 years old, so that is 1998, I learnt, guess what this is?
The piano.
It was a kawaii.
Kawaii.
And then when I was 6, I also learnt the violin.
Whoa! Nice. I add to that. 3 years later.
Oh, when you were 8?
Yeah. Actually, 4 years later, I also learned the piano.
Cool.
So that was our music instrument lives. Now.
Oh, funny story by the way. Mushrooms. When I was 3, I choked on a mushroom. And I've not been able to eat mushrooms ever since.
And then
I hate mushrooms.
there's this thing called a cockroach. Ugh.
This like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like f***ing wings, bro.
Dude, that actually looks disgusting. Especially when this is really long and like tingles your feet. It's the worst feeling. The two biggest fears.
See, because life is about fear and suffering.
Alright, next part of our lives. So of course, we went to school. This doesn't look like a school, but this is the school. I did a lot of practice and I joined orchestras with lots of people. And this is how I met some friends. Actually, no, I didn't have friends, but let's just pretend I have friends here. Of course, every day I had to practice. You know how many hours?
40 hours.
40 hours on the violin. That's the bow. School.
Oh, nice.
Monday to Friday. Yay. This is when I did my scales and my pieces. Concertos. Oh, it should be drawing, not text. I'm just writing it out. So a lot of practice in my life.
This was me practicing.
40 hours every day.
40 hours. I did my calf flesh every day for 5 years.
Oh, there's a Kreutzer. Kreutzer studies.
There's the set chick ones where you do this
Oh,
stuff.
Sevchik. You know, the usual.
That was high school, yeah. I mean, I also studied to become a doctor. A plus.
Studied a lot.
Oh, speaking of study, we missed out the important part, how we met each
Oh
other.
yeah, that's study. Alright, so this is how we met. This is me with my mushroom haircut.
Oh, I had my mullet.
Oh, you had a mullet? I had a mushroom haircut. So then we had a lot of study after school, right?
Tuition.
Maths,
Log.
tuition.
Oh, I forgot what these terms means. I'm just making
I just
stuff
remember
up.
this free matrices.
Oh, function, fx equals. Yeah.
The quadratic formula.
Do you remember it?
Nah.
Oh, I got this. This is the one thing I remember. I've never used it since. Wait, is that right? Where's the x?
All I remember is pi. 3.141592654.
Dude, there was this kid in my high school that memorized 40 digits of pi.
Well, he's like
Like
ling ling
this
ling ling.
Indian
He's like 14 numbers, go. And that's where we met at maths tuition on Friday. Let's try and draw out the classroom.
Classroom was,
Yeah, was like-
blackboard, and there's the teacher,
老师.
Huang Lao Si, and there'll be a front row.
I never sat there.
There was some chairs on the side, right? We were on the second row, I remember. I think
I
you
was
were
like, yeah,
here.
yeah,
You
yeah,
were
yeah,
here.
yeah.
And I was here.
That's so funny. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett and me.
Yeah, we're just. And I go,
Do you play violin?
do you play violin? Yeah.
I remember like, what
Me
grade
too,
are you?
yeah.
Oh, I'm grade 7.
Yeah.
I'm grade 8.
What grade? This is like the question you ask.
The next day, we met at youth orchestra.
Queensland Youth Orchestra. Now, Queensland Youth Orchestra was like a group of orchestras. The one we joined was, I guess, was the main one. Most were like 17 to 24 years old.
Yeah. So everyone else had like beards and stuff.
And we were just little infants.
And they're like super tall.
This is us. Oh, whoops. Could be a mullet. My throat's horrible. Anyway, we were young, 13 and 14.
These are like 22-year-olds.
22-year-olds. I still remember the old museum building. There was a stage, and you can enter here like a door. And I was sitting here.
Oh,
do you remember?
I don't remember you sitting there. I remember walking in.
Yes,
from
I
this
remember
door,
seeing
right?
that. I remember seeing you here. So I was here with my dad, and I didn't know the protocol of what orchestra was like. I think this was 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and I was just sitting there with my violin case on my lap, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Where do I even sit? You know, the conductor podium was here, and I was like, where do I sit in all these chairs? And then Eddie comes out here, goes, and I go, oh, you're the guy from maths tutoring.
Love Mal.
And then that's where we met. Oh, this was on a Saturday morning.
Yeah,
After 5 days of school.
that was crazy. You know what my high school life was like? Monday was tutorials, right? Tutorials for violin. Saturday morning was rehearsal. Afternoon was tutoring. Friday night was tutoring. Sunday was Chinese school. I think I had a violin lesson on Wednesday. And then practice every day.
Practic. You gotta have another day for practice.
Yeah.
This was us trying to keep up with Ling Ling.
Yeah.
I was pretty much the same. I remember every Tuesday, actually, the violin lesson, I drove to the Gold Coast.
Oh, wow. I just want to add one more. I had theory tutoring.
Oh yeah, theory tutoring.
Yeah, oral and theory.
Oh yeah, I had that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I joined school orchestra. So school orchestra was I had Tuesday morning, and
Mine
then
was Friday morning.
and every Thursday afternoon from like 3 till 5:30 p.m. Just I had 2, and I went to a private school, but I was lucky that I got a scholarship. How do you draw a scholarship? I guess it's like a medal.
But put money on it.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Medal and
Yeah.
money. Now, university. Uni was when I fell in love with the love of my life. And I was like, practice is lame. Psych!
Joke.
We just keep practicing every day.
Here's the words, guys, in case you don't see it again.
Dude, if I draw my life, it
It's
should
just
literally
this.
just be practice.
That's it, practice. Our uni life was when a lot of just crazy stuff happened. Once we snuck out to the just kidding, just more practice.
Oh, remember that time we went to that party and just kidding, practice.
More practice.
Remember that time we had a life? Just kidding.
It's all practice. Practice theory. That's our uni life.
If there's one thing to talk about during your uni life, what would it be?
One thing is I looked forward to drinking a lot of bubble tea.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the 1 liter bubble tea?
Oh.
We found this place with a 1 liter bubble tea and we went there all the time. We walked every day, crossed the bridge from our uni to the city to get bubble tea. There you go. That's my bridge.
And this was me, except I was in a wheelchair towards the end of the uni. The reason I went into a wheelchair was because I fell off from a bicycle accident and I needed a target of rehabilitation to be the fastest bumblebee player in the world.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Brett used to push me up to random strangers' tables
Dude, look
in
at
the
me.
food court and just be like, be right back. Can you look after my friend? I need to go to the toilet. And I couldn't leave. I'd just be stuck there.
So I run to the toilet, hide behind a wall, and I look at what's like happening.
Days. I was like 3 to 6 months, I
That
forget.
was a long time.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Lilian was like, you only did 39 hours.
Got punished.
Punishment. Now, we graduated. So one day in Australian Youth Orchestra,
We both came up with an idea. TwoSet. He said in the beginning, we couldn't decide if it was 2 or 2.
it took us forever. This question went for months.
Yeah.
Anyway, we decided to start making TwoSet videos.
Our first video was like 2 views. One each from us.
On YouTube. This started in Australia, a state called Victoria,
Also, by
and
the
in
way,
Melbourne.
we also started drinking coffee in university.
Oh yeah, we did.
Bro, what is this?
Melbourne.
Why is Melbourne equal height to Sydney?
Sydney's here. Brisbane's here. Perth is somewhere here. And then
No one really knows what's here.
all of this. So these are all people laughing at us. They weren't really laughing. I think we were just being judged. Judgment.
Stupid channel. Go overseas to
Oh,
practice.
That's my plane. It was a struggle for us because we weren't sure, right? We really want to do these videos
Yeah.
and keep making more content. But everyone, it wasn't very like explicit, but we could definitely feel the judgment. We're asking people, please like our page.
For 2 years, I was in Queensland. You went to Sydney. We worked in orchestra. Except the entire time I was actually editing.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We had such little time. I would be editing during intervals, editing on the bus.
All the time, everywhere. That's how we started TwoSet. And then TwoSet kept going.
And then fast forward to today.
We traveled around the world on airlines. Did our very first concert. All of this actually happened. All of this actually happened from our crowdfunding campaign where we wanted to fund $50,000 to do our very first world tour.
So we would sleep on the street.
Yep, play music.
Play violin 24/7 for a whole month. It kind of represented our spirit. We're like, this tour will happen no matter what, even if it meant we had to busk on the streets to raise it as we went, right?
Yep.
And we hit it in
5 days.
Thanks
Luckily,
to you guys.
Thanks to the early fans. This was when we only had about 100,000 followers
on Facebook. I remember our YouTube only had like 30,000.
So we were very small back then. I mean, luckily we hit 50,000. Obviously 50,000 wasn't near enough, but we organized our own tour because some agent came to us and say,
if you were in it for the money, you wouldn't be doing music, right?
Yes.
We get all the money, but we handle everything.
So we obviously said, no, that's not fair.
He was a piece of poo.
Yes. So that's our first tour.
Today,
we're still practicing. Always, every day, 40 hours. This will never stop. Bling, bling.
Paganini, prodigies.
It's not even drawing out life anymore, it's just text.
Yeah, just...
Alright guys.
Lamau.
I think that's it for our live. Thank you so much for all the subscribers, people that watch our content. Remember,
accent the like button and legato the subscribe button.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to buy our merch. Yay! TwoSetApparel.com.
Doesn't even look like me. Oh, I wear glasses now. God damn it.
That's me there. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!